What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Swipe Up 26. This 26th episode where I share my favorite post from Instagram. Let's get it started with the Dunning-Kruger effect, posted by I Am the Immortal. And the Dunning-Kruger effect is for those that are listening, it's a graph where one axis is confidence from 0 to 100%, and the bottom axis is from none experience level, from no experience to expert experience, and it shoots up from 0 to 100% very quick. When you have very little experience, you are the most confident. And then as you begin to learn more and more about the thing that you're doing, you get less confident because you realize that there's so much that you didn't know and so much you have left to learn. And then it kind of goes back up towards experience. The more experience you have, you start to get more confidence, but never as much confidence as you do as when you first start, because you know that what you know isn't everything. And then you also may realize or may not realize that there's a million ways to do anything. So, I mean, there's a lot of the infinite ways to do the same thing are probably not the most efficient ways, maybe not the most profitable ways. Depends on what your other focus is, but there's an infinite amount of ways to do any given thing. So that is what that is. But I'm probably, if I had to choose, I'm just barely on the upswing, I think. Right? Like, I'm starting to gain more confidence with what I know how to do. But still, there's still not nearly as much confidence as I used to have. But yeah, I love seeing this, and it's comforting to me. It's comforting to me that I know that on the other side, like, it's just going to go up and up and up, and just got to keep putting one foot in front of the next. So thanks for that. And then moving on to, if you are in the Palm Springs or Coachella Valley area, you planning on going to Coachella or Stagecoach or any of the other many hundreds and thousands of events that go on out in the valley, there's a new cannabis shop on El Paseo in Palm Desert. On El Paseo, I said that? Yeah, The Leaf is what it's called. Just opened up. Pretty interesting. There's not a whole lot of dispensaries on this side of the valley. There's the Lighthouse, which is out in Indio, kind of on the other side of where Coachella Fest is, and then this one is kind of in like the hoity-toity, posh kind of part of town. Expensive shops. It's the only place the Apple Store is in town. But yeah, a lot of like boutique shops and things like that on El Paseo, and art galleries and all that stuff. So high-end dispensary is interesting. I haven't been in there yet. I just heard about it not that long ago, and then I saw a post on Instagram, so I thought I'd share it. Always good to see more. I enjoy seeing the Valley embrace that recreational cannabis is here. So shout out to you guys. And if you guys want to work together, hit me up. Either The Leaf or Palm Springs Cannabis. You know, I have skills. We just talked about the Dunning-Kruger effect. I'm getting more confident. Hit me up. So moving on to just something we need more of in this world, more positivity. This was after a win from Dynamite Dan.
Hey man, instead of coming in here, asking for a bonus, there's so much else going on in this world. I want to send my thoughts, my prayers to everyone out in New Zealand that experienced this tragedy, man. It doesn't matter your race, your skin color, your religion. We all bleed the same, and I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Good words, man. I think we do need to shift from, there's a lot of negativity. The floodgates for negativity and hate have been opened with certain people being elected to leadership. And I think it's time to change that around. And focus on what's really going to be beneficial for everybody in society versus, maybe some selfish beliefs. So this next one is just two amazing comedic people, comedic actor Will Smith, comedian Dave Chappelle. Chappelle giving Will Smith advice on stand-up. Would love to see Chappelle or Will Smith do out of all the things Will Smith has done, like stand-up seems almost like a no-brainer for him. Just he has a good energy, and he is funny. I mean, Fresh Prince was, a classic show. Hopefully it'll stay that way, and not hopefully Will Smith isn't out raping people. But this is, it's a great, not only, for good advice for a comedian, but just a good advice for being creative. Just like, I don't know. Here it is.
Best advice I got ever doing comedy was from a comedian that was not particularly good. He said, you are one of these comedians that think you have to be funny all the time. And you don't. But you do have to be interesting all the time.
That's deep.
It works,
I like
man.
that.
So you just got to look at it like you're conducting a conversation with no rebuttal.
Got it.
They're talking back with their laughter, or in many cases, in my case, their disapproval.
Right.
But especially someone of your stature, if they can feel you, they'll never forget you.
Yeah.
They'll be like, okay, this is the greatest shit that's ever happened. And you can tell them about anything. The more embarrassing it is, the more relatable you are. Because because everyone thinks you're perfect. Nobody's perfect. But it's fun to be self-aware in front of people. And then a lot of times they forgive themselves for something. Just hearing somebody work through something.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun. The best advice I
love
got.
the art of stand-up comedy so much. It'd be awesome to see if Will Smith actually does stand-up. It'd be fun to see. So moving on to one of my favorite fighters in UFC. The very first UFC fight I watched, I forget the number, but it was Bisping versus Elvis Sinisic. It was the main event was Mirko Cro Cop versus Gabriel Gonzaga. Gonzaga surprised everyone, head kick knockout to the man that killed people with his legs. But Michael Bisping is inducted into the Hall of Fame during the UFC London card. It was announced, and then they have their ceremony during Fight Week, International Fight Week in Vegas this summer. But shout out to Michael Bisping. His podcast is my favorite MMA podcast with Michael Bisping and Luis J. Gomez. Michael Bisping, if you need a producer, I am a well-rounded artist. Producing is one of the things that I do, one of the many things I do very well. And I am in Southern California and potentially homeless soon. So hit me up. I will be your full-time creative employee to do everything you need. And much respect to you, and congratulations on your Hall of Fame. I mean, it was going to happen. It was bound to happen because you are the man, the myth, the legend. So respect Michael Bisping. And then let's just wrap it up with this video from Dana White. Just crazy parkour ridiculousness while I do the shout-outs. Shout out to I Am the Immortal, Matt Brown. Shout out Palm Springs Cannabis. Shout out Leaf El Paseo. Shout out to UFC. Shout out Dynamite Dan 808. Shout out Whitney Cummings. Shout out Will Smith and Dave Chappelle. Shout out and respect Michael Bisping. And shout out Dana White. That's it for this episode of Swipe Up. New episodes come out every day of The Ray Taylor Show. Subscribe everywhere podcasts are found, including IGTV. Binge the full week over at patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. InspiredDisorder.com for all of my artwork, original artwork for you to buy and support me at Ray Taylor on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!